What's up, guys? Russman here, and it is Halloween night, and I'm staying home. I'm going to lock myself in the lab tonight, my little work area, studio area, and I'm going to take this time to catch up on some artwork and some music, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So everything I do tonight, you're going to check it out. I'm going to be working on some beats. I'm going to be doing some drawing. I'm going to be watching some horror movies. Got my popcorn and everything ready. So, and I'm going to be talking about a bunch of other stuff, which is a rarity because I don't do too much talking. So, won't you join me on this All Hallows Day? Or is it night? I guess it's All Hallows Night. People ask me about the artwork I got going on in the background of my videos sometimes, so I just thought I'd show you some of it. This is my beloved Beat Grinder 2000. Beat Grinder 2000. What it is it's just it's a sculpture that I did. It's kind of a horror parody that I did of a beat machine. But although this is a horror prop that I built, this is a fully functional device with a torque motor, and it will mess you up bad if you stick your hand in there for whatever reason. So yeah, you can still see the scars. Yep, from when that thing got me. So yeah, don't stick your hand in there. And then moving on down here, this is another one of my favorites here. This is my little garden of death here. For those of you that don't know, I have like this little fetish with killer plant sculptures and everything in here besides, Mr. Skeleton and the skull. I sculpted all of this. These are my open heart sculptures. These are my versions of my own little versions of killer plant sculptures. And they're just in there kind of breeding together right now. So yeah, I like killer plants. And moving on up is my big boy here. So this is just a giant open heart sculpture that I did. Again, it's my version of a killer plant creature that I sculpted. This is the big one. And this guy, I did not sculpt him. I picked him up at Houston Horror Film Fest this year, and I wish I could remember the vendor. But yeah, I saw him and he was the perfect little compliment to my whole killer plant thing I got going on here. And this is another open heart sculpture that I did. Oh yeah, and these fingers, these were created by the very talented Familiar Weirdo. Yeah, she sculpted these fingers, and she sculpts them and glossed them, and they're always dancing in the background of all my videos, hanging from my plants. And this guy I got from Days of the Dead last year. And I think I just got him because he had cool hair. I miss having hair sometimes. So that is just a few things. I'm gonna start here with making a beat, but a lot of people might ask me what are you talking about when you say you're gonna make a beat? What are you doing exactly? Because it looks like you're just pushing buttons. You're just pushing buttons and you're using other people's music, and that's not cool. But this is what it is to make a beat. We're not really using other people's music. Well, we are, but what we're using is sounds. A record, when we talk about sampling or making a beat, a record is just a collection of sounds, and what we're doing is we're gathering and collecting different sounds from different sources, and we take those sounds and we change them. You change its tonality, its acoustic qualities, you add all these crazy effects and all these things to make it sound different than what it was when you grabbed it. And by doing that, you can create music that no one has ever heard before. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little example of what I'm talking about here. When this little beat right here that I made, check this out. Okay, you can hear that. It's a couple of different things going on in there. I got the kick and the snare and some hats and some different sounds. And I created that beat and I pulled that sound. But if I hadn't told you and you just heard this sound, this song, this beat, you wouldn't know that I got all of those sounds from Mary Poppins' Chim Chimney Chim Chim Cheree.
Chim Chimney.
Chim chim. Chim chim.
I does what I like.
I does do.
And that is the beauty, that is the fun of making beats. I started off with Mary Poppins and those little sounds. I took those sounds, grabbed a sound from each part of the song and put it on each pad, and I changed the tones, changed its speed, and I come up with all these different I add a kick, a snare, add hats, and all these other different sounds combined with the samples, and then I get at the end. And that's making a beat. Okay, I'm gonna go through a couple of beats that I already did and just kind of see what I want to change with them. This one right here, this one is called, well, dedicated to my favorite work shift and my current work shift. This is the graveyard shift, is what I dubbed this beat, and this is what it sounds like.
Stroke of 11.
Okay, that's the graveyard shift, and that one was kind of just a slowed down hip hop beat. I had a kick and a snare in there, and these samples, those sounds that you hear, I sampled most of these from a jazz song, a piano song. That's from a piano song, that sound right there, and then you hear some piano riff, and then another piano riff. I slowed them down, added effects to them, changed the tones, so I get the and that's why I got that one and put that one together. And those samples you hear in the background of the guy saying at the stroke of 11, let's see, where's it at?
The stroke of 11. The stroke of 11. The hour before midnight.
The hour before midnight is what he's saying. The stroke of
11. The hour before midnight.
That I got from, how many people remember that show Dark Shadows? I'm not even familiar with it myself, but that show Dark Shadows, I think it was a soap opera with vampires. Yeah, but that was from an episode of Dark Shadows.
The stroke of 11, the hour before midnight.
And it just went so well with this.
The stroke of 11.
This next beat is called Hades Hot Tub. That's what I dubbed this one, Hades Hot Tub. I don't know why, but when I finished this one, I just got this hellic image of like people in hell in this giant hot tub, and that's what came out of this. And that's the intro for it, Hades Hot Tub, and this is what the beat sounds like here. I hear a little Jamaican in there. So that's start off the kick and the snare, and those samples that you hear in the I got those from it's from a 70s R&B song. I can't even remember where I got it off of. One of these mini vinyls that I have. It was an unknown group, but I took a piece of the sample. Where is it? Let's see. Can't even find where. Oh yeah. That's the song I used. And that part right there, when they're singing, that's the part I use. I put it on the keypad, and when you put it on this keyboard keypad, you can change the tone. I changed the tones. I put echo effects in there, and you can change it and go from high to low. And that's what you hear in the beginning. That. And I used that same pieces from that same song for the rest of it. So that's Hades Hot Tub. I came up with that one. And that's what it's about. It's about just finding pieces of sounds and changing them, rearranging them. I think a part of those samples I actually played in reverse, played backwards. That part right there, I think. Okay, this next one is entitled Mellow Darky. Don't ask me how I come up with the names for these beats. So this one's called Mellow Darky, and that's just what came to me afterwards. So this sounds like this. It's just kind of a cool out beat, just chill. This one's not too busy. It's really just the kick and the snare and those two tones that you hear in the background. Let's see. That kick and that snare, and let's see, the tones I got from, it was a piano song. It was a jazz piano. I pulled that from, and I stretched it out. I took a piece of it and I stretched it out, made it longer than what it is, and I slowed it down, and I added echo to it, and I put it on the keypad so I could play with it with different keys until I found the one that I kind of liked. And I think it's that one. Yeah, it's this one and that one, this one and that one, this one and that one. And that's what I kind of worked back and forth over the beat. So that is mellow, darky, and it's not too busy, but I like it. It's got a hint of mystery to it, and it's not too crazy, but it's got that dark kind of effect that I like. That's probably where I got darky from. And this one, I'm not even. Oh yeah, this one. This one is called the Chocolate Stalker, and don't ask me why. Don't ask me why, but that's what I came up. This is called the Chocolate Stalker, which I can relate to that because I've been that a few times, and I've been on the receiving end of that also. But this is the Chocolate Stalker. I don't even remember where. I don't even remember where I got those samples from. I got those from TV shows. There was two old, like really old TV shows. One was like a detective show I had a video of, and they played music in the background, and I heard that sound that I liked. It was, I think they were from the 60s or from the 70s. The show, I can't even remember the name of the show, but I heard that those sounds, and I took pieces of those sounds and I added filters to them, and it just had this really old, mysterious, vintage kind of sound to it. And when I put it with all these other mysterious sounds and put the beat behind it, it just came out so nice. And when I heard it all at the end, yeah, the stalker part just kind of fits. Oh yeah, and that voice that you hear, that is from that TV show Dark Shadows, again, the soap opera with the vampires. It was an old episode of Dark Shadows, and she's saying, yes, yes, I can feel it too. Where is?
Yes, I can feel it too. Yes, I can feel it too. Yes, I can feel it too.
So that aligns right up with the stalker part. So it's just, I can feel it too. So that's the Chocolate Stalker. I'm not stalking anyone anymore. I don't do that anymore. What's up, guys? Locked in the lab, still here. I'm still here, guys, doing my thing. But I'm gonna switch it up a little bit for y'all. It's Halloween, so I'm feeling artsy, I'm feeling sketchy. So I'm gonna do some drawing. Now, I haven't really picked up the pen in a while and did some drawing, but 'tis the season, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go with some skulls and some, I don't know why this first one I'm seeing skulls and cups of coffee spilling over, or cups of blood or something like that. But it's gonna have some skulls in it. But I'm gonna map out my idea here, sketch it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how I put this whole thing together. All right, later. What's up, guys? Okay, I'm done with the first one. Didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, but I did what I said I was gonna do. I got my skulls here and my coffee, and I decided to throw a pumpkin in the background. You know, 'tis the season. And yeah, I think I'll do better on the next one. So this one turned out okay. So I'm just warming up here.
Welcome back, Roger.
What's up, guys? All right, this is gonna be drawing number 2, and I'm gonna stick with the skulls. I'm gonna have the skull here, and I'm gonna go for another pumpkin. But in the background, I want to do. This is for the old school trick-or-treaters for Halloween. Who remembers those disgusting peanut butter candies that they used to hand out to the trick-or-treaters on Halloween? Those ones wrapped in the black and orange little packages. Those peanut butter things. I don't know why those popped into my head, but I'm gonna throw a couple of those in the background behind the skull and the pumpkin. I'm gonna sketch everything out, and then I'm gonna ink it and see how it turns out, all right? Okay, guys, back, and yeah, that, I don't know. Okay, I got my pumpkin here and my skull, and I don't like the way the skull came out, and I tried to do the peanut butter candies in the background. The black one, supposed to be the black one here in the black wrapping paper didn't really show, but this one came out kind of good. But yeah, and the orange wrapper here. I think this one came out worse than the first one, so yeah, I'm a little rusty with the pen here. But yeah, you know what, I think I'm just gonna get back to the music and the Locked in the Lab here tonight. So I'm gonna get back to the music. Okay, and this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite instrumentals. One of my favorite beats. This is called A Walk in the Garden. And it's just got those hints of mystery and danger, and I love the way this one came out. A Walk in the Garden. So, and this one, I took there was a sample from one of my favorite horror movies of all time called Man-Eater of Hydra, and it's about killer plants, and because I'm really into, you know, killer plants and things like that. So mad scientists creating giant killer plants. Man-Eater of Hydra is the name of the movie, and there was a scene in the movie that I recorded and I actually played it backwards, the audio, and when I played it backwards and put it on the keypad where I can change the tonality of it, all these different tones, and then I put an echo on it. But when I played it backwards, it made it sound like they were footsteps, you know, like somebody was actually walking down the street. Listen, if you can hear that. You hear those? It sounds like footsteps. And that was the result of me adding those echo filters and playing it backwards. And then when I put it to the beat, it just sounded so. That's a walk through the garden. That's just a walk through this garden of killer plants, and then that other little sound that you hear, that's also from Man-Eater of Hydra. I got that sound from there. I can't remember what filters I put on it or how I changed it, but yeah, that sample is also from the movie, and then it just all comes together. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check. I love this little keyboard, but my hands are way too fucking big for this keyboard. But I'm gonna get back to the beats, but I'm gonna switch gears here. I'm gonna take you guys back to the 80s here. I'm trying to tap into my inner 80s synth beat here, so I'm trying to see how I can do this. I'm going for some dark industrial 80s syntho Terminator music here, so I'm just gonna layer it best I can, beat, rhythm, and then try to bring it all together as I build it. So, but I'm trying to come up with a melody. I want to do like a. And this keyboard, man, you can put all of these different filters and sounds through this thing. Do that. All those 80 type synthesizer filters and things. This thing can replicate it. So, but I'm trying to just come up with it's like. That's kind kind of what I want, but I want it over the beat and with all the other elements. So I'm gonna do that, and then come back. I'm gonna record that part with the keys, and then come back and add all the other sounds, and just start layering them and see what we get. Okay, I got the keys laid down for my 80s synth track. My man is ready. He's ready. I'm ready to take him back to the 80s here. So I got my keys laid out, and it sounds for the intro. That's what I did for the keys. So on top of that, I want to put like a kick, like a boom, 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 somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, that. I want to do it. That. So I got my kick over the keys. And that choir that you hear kind of in the background is this sample right here that I got. Change the tone on it. But I kept it at high, kind of right there. So that plus my keys plus the kick, now I have. So we getting there. That's sounding kind of 80s. I like that. So I want to add another set of keys that I did for it. Yeah. This tube synth. So it's so that's kind of what I want to do over that one. So, and it'll sound like this. And then I also added that sound. It's one of those classic 80s type, especially in like those old 80s horror movies. You know something's about to happen. So that, put everything together. So then finally I want to add some drums in there, and it'll sound like this too. Yeah. I'm liking that. Yeah, he's liking it too. To the 80s, take me back. Take me back to the 80s, yeah. Alright, we're going deeper this time. We're going a little darker here. We're going for a Terminator beat here. Same thing. Same pattern. I'm gonna... There's that... That's what I got for my intro. Yeah. And then my hat sounds. Did you hear that? Where's it at? No, that's not it. Where is it? There it is. So that's what I got for that. A little second level of the beat. And then I put on top of that some more keys. I can't remember when. Yeah, it was a... That's the pattern that I put over that kick and that. And it sounds like this. And I added a wah filter on it, so you get that sound. Yeah, man, that sounds nice. 80s, baby. The music was just better, man. And then I added more keys. What else did I put on there? Okay. Let's see. And the beat I put on, let's see, it was more keys. Where was it? Nope. That's it. Woo. Up one. I think that was it. Yeah. That's what I did. Along with the that gong that you hear is that. Yeah. Yeah. Take it back. Yeah, nice. And that's what it is, just about beats and making instrumentals. It's just layering sounds. You start off with one sound and one rhythm, and then you add something else to it, and then you add more to it, and add more to it. Just too much fun.
okay? I told you this isn't funny. Now you're gonna get it, bitch.